Why don't you call the property owner?
I need to determine who you are so I can call the property owner and find out if you're allowed to be here or not.
How would you know who the property owner is?
I can call the county and find out who owns the property.
Why don't you do that?
I need to identify you first.
Get the off my land, bitch. Okay? Get the off.
But I didn't know whether or not you belonged here. And
This is the most hilarious video you'll ever see. An officer accuses the actual property owner of trespassing on his own land and demands identification without even realizing he's speaking to the owner. The officer keeps harassing him, but in reality, it's the officer who was trespassing and refusing to leave. Watch how this man runs the officer off his own property and says everything you've always wanted to say to a corrupt cop like this.
This young gentleman, go ahead, ask the question.
do you have permission to be on the property?
And what would you do if I don't answer that question? What did you just say? You have the right to do what?
I have the right to investigate further whether or not you belong on this property.
And how would you do that?
I would contact the property owner.
Why don't you do that?
I will.
Thank you.
But first of all, I need you to identify yourself as part of the investigation.
This is private property.
Yes, it is, and you're on it.
I did not call 911.
I'm not asking that.
What's your badge number, sir?
160.
160.
Yes.
Okay, so 911 call is irrelevant because I didn't call 911.
No, it
So
is
now you're-
relevant because I'm here, and now you're here, and I don't know if you have the right to be on this property. It's a house under construction. Do you belong to this house?
Why don't you call the property owner?
I need to determine who you are so I can call the property owner and find out if you're allowed to be here or not.
How would you know who the property owner is?
I can call the county and find out who owns the property.
Why don't you do that?
I need to identify you first.
I'm on private property.
Okay? And if you shouldn't be on private property, then you're trespassing.
Thank you. So why don't you determine that?
Well, I can.
There's no
determine it.
problem. If you call the property owner.
Okay. Well, then I need to detain you then.
The property owner, is that
Determine
correct?
if you have rights to be on the property. Yes.
So you're gonna first identify me.
Yes.
So you are gonna first identify me,
Yes.
right? And then what do you plan to do? This is private property, sir. I would like you to leave.
Do you own the property?
This is private. What did you just say?
You don't own this property.
And what did you say to that answer of that question that you just answered yourself?
What?
You just answered that question yourself.
I'm not leaving the property.
You need to get off my property, sir.
What?
You need to get off my property.
No, I'm not.
You need to get off my property. You need to get off my property. Why are you not getting off my property?
51 about with one.
Let's go, bro. Let's go inside my house. Let's go inside.
That's all I needed was for you to confirm that.
And I know people are gonna come back here. Get the off my land, bitch. Okay?
I just want you to understand why I have.
And I told you to get the off.
But I didn't know whether or not you belonged here, and then you verified that, and so now
You didn't have to do that.
I
You
did.
didn't have to do that before you
What
called.
if it was somebody else on your property? What if it was somebody else that was on your property?
You are such a loser. Nobody gives a about you, okay? Nobody and I feel threatened. My civil rights are threatened by the state of California, by this bag who's Choctaw. Look at him. Sacagawea. Oh, look at you. I'm not calming down. You know what? And you're going to see me. You've just looked at my minivan. Now you're going to see me on this street, and I know you're going to give me a ticket, you dumb. You dumb. You know why I'm in the country? Because you're a with a gun, right? And we got to bitch up your all ass because you guys can't become doctors. And then with that money, we buy your back. I don't know why. Dumb. And I'll tell you what I'm souped up on. I'm going to go show you my van, too. Okay, so you can inspect it, okay?
So this is what?
This is the shit we get here.
This is the 911 call.
You should have seen my son when the Russians came on. He said, "Get off my land." It was hilarious. And the guy ran off. Yeah. All right. Now let's go inside. I'll show you why I'm so souped up. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's go into my van. Let's go. No, let's go. I want this on the video. No, it's going to be hilarious. No, I'm going to make more fun of you. Come on, let's go to. You know what it is, dude? It's 500 calories of M&Ms, dude. Get the plan. You come again, I'm calling the police. Okay? There's a man with a gun who has a right to call more white men with a gun on land that has been seceded from this great state of California. This is our Das Acre stand. Going to get off. Okay? Sayonara.
This officer had no legal ground to demand this man's ID. No one had called 911, and since the man himself was the actual property owner, there was no legal justification for the officer to confront or harass him. Even if some outsider had made a call, that was irrelevant because the officer never confirmed who owned the property before barging in. Under the law, the man was under no obligation to identify himself, just to satisfy the officer's ego or make sure of anything. Instead of respecting private property rights, this officer went on a fishing expedition, trying to force compliance so he could justify his own actions, but this man knew his rights and wasn't about to back down. He told the officer directly to leave the property, which made the officer the one trespassing. When the officer still refused, the man gathered all the information he needed and completely flipped the script, exposing the officer's lies and forcing him to back off. By the end, the officer was the one who looked weak and humiliated, running from the scene after being schooled. This man owned the situation, saying everything people wish they could say to tyrants like this. Truly, this man is a beast.